Welcome to the Dawg Chug. Roger, Ross, how you doing? Ross, oh my God, you're in a new basement.
Yeah,
Yes.
made the big move finally. I'm out of the streets and I'm in the burbs.
Wow.
Man, look at that. Got the columns back there. He's got seating for guests.
Yeah, this is one part of the basement. Apparently the previous owners had their rock band in here. Like it was a full drum setup and guitars and shit. So like right behind me there's a drum stage. So I got some small modifications to do, but
Oh, you get a drum kit. Get a drum kit.
Well, Ross,
Good.
thank you for Sunday. You saved my ass. I wasn't going to be able to attend the Browns game due to some kind of conflict that I don't want to get into, but Ross offered me his seat. We went and we had an absolute blast. That was amazing.
yeah, Andy got to sit with the real people, the working man, the
The
blue collar
class.
folk,
Yeah,
the blue collar folk in
section.
513.
Your seats were great. Noodle was there. We had so much fun. And what a game. What a game.
Yeah, man. I rushed home. I got home. I was out with my son. He had baseball, and I get home and I'm rushing in the kitchen and I sit down, turn on the TV, and you go through the apps. It takes forever. In the old days, you turn on the TV, boom, there was the game. Now it goes through the apps, and as soon as it clicked onto the game, I got to the channel. He was handing the reverse off to Schwartz. As soon as and then Schwartz went on the right end.
Yeah,
and,
all these new gadgets and gizmos, they're so confusing.
It is, man. I hate apps. I hate them with a passion.
Well, I love that game. It was a good one to be there.
Great game.
Anyone that didn't go to that game should feel terrible because it was so much more fun being there live.
So that was like that game was the opposite of everything it should have been. Like historically, Tom Brady has come from behind wins, or he wins in the fourth quarter in the last few minutes, and then historically the Browns not just blow leads, they just lose, and we beat Tom Brady and we are the Browns. That does not line up. It's very confusing. If you were to look through an encyclopedia about the NFL, this would make zero sense.
Yeah, this is not how they typically go. But man, that Njoku catch! I can't remember a better catch on the Cleveland Browns.
No.
One that I was live for.
You'd have to go back to Leap and Logan for something like that, man. You know?
don't even need the situation, but the situation made it that much better.
Yeah. I still sit here today and can't believe that was the Cleveland Browns that won that football game. We typically don't do that.
Yeah.
So maybe it's a sign for something better to come.
Hell yeah.
They played. It was the first game there that all three phases of the game played good. I mean, even special teams would say special teams were the returns. We had a couple of nice returns. So that gave them a check to the plus. But somebody's got to help our kicker because it was a fourth-round investment, and somebody's got to help him, and Colonel FIFA ain't doing the fucking job. So we got to get rid of that guy.
Get rid of him. Get rid of Woods. Let's clean house on those sides. Anyway, thank you, Ross. I had a blast. Hope we can go to many more Browns games in the future. I'll sit with the working class any week, any Sunday. All right, well, let's get right to it. Let's get to the Dawg Chug update. We got a lot of fans that are wondering what is going on out there. So I think this is the chance for us to inform our fans, let them know what's going on in the NFL. So, Ross.
All right, here we go. Attorney Tony Busby is having 10 Deshaun Watson accusers attend Sunday's Browns-Texans game in a suite. He claimed he's making this statement to say, we're still here, and this is not over. If this makes you feel uncomfortable wondering if this move is in the best interest of the victims, you haven't seen anything yet. Dawg Chug has confirmed that Busby's next PR stunt to say, we will not forget what you did. He's in the process of buying a local CBS TV airtime to air commercials during Browns games to promote his new website, where he has Watson accusers film a series of lesbian massage scenes with each other.
What the hell?
Oh my God.
This guy
that's going
unbelievable.
Too far. All right.
Yep.
On Tuesday, the men's U.S. World Cup team defeated Iran. The Iranian team spent several minutes lying on the court, not because they were disappointed they came so close to pulling off the upset and advancing, but because Iran, in a punishment for not behaving, rounded up all the players and coaches' families and is forcing them to watch Dawg Chug episodes for 72 straight hours.
Ooh, that is torture. Oh my God. Leave it to those Iranians to figure out the best way to torture people.
Hey, those 2 viewers are making it through Dawg Chug updates, so that's pretty good.
It is.
All right,
Better
moving
than
on.
usual.
On Sunday, after another frustrating fourth quarter performance where the Baltimore Ravens blew another big-time lead, Lamar Jackson objected to a tweet and responded, "Boy, shut the fuck up. Y'all be capping too much on this app, motherfucker. Never smelled the football field. Never did shit but eat dick." Oof. Apologize for the language there, but we got to read it in its entirety. But anyway, can the Ravens please hurry up and sign this leader to a record-breaking contract already? Come on, please.
Yes.
Please.
All right, now we're going to move on to Rogers' top 10.
Oh, my favorite.
We got, Andy, tonight what we got here is we got the top 10 ways that Deshaun Watson has stayed out of trouble during the suspension.
All
Top
right,
10 ways Deshaun Watson has stayed out of trouble during the suspension. Here we go. Number 10. He drinks 6 hard Mountain Dews a day, and because his heart was beating at 380 beats a minute and his blood was always Mountain Dew green, he got laid less than a host of Dawg Chug. That's not. Number 9. He learned that women are people too and how to respect and listen. Wait, hold on. I misread that. He discovered prostitutes know how to keep things on the down low. Number 8. He was placing stupid parlay bets on internet betting sites. Right. Number 7. He quickly learned after just one appointment, Cleveland massage hookers don't play and will knife his punk ass, so he went out and bought an Xbox. Number 6. He got a Costco membership.
Oh,
Great deals, food samples. Oh,
Number 5. He started caring more about the Cleveland Guardians than Chuck, and he spent the entire time scouting rookies in Arizona.
wait a second. That's not even possible.
That would keep him. Yeah, it's
That's
not
a
possible.
joke. That's a joke if I've ever heard one.
That's not possible to love the Guardians more than Chuck. Number 4. A lot of his time away from Berea was spent on his new T-shirt project, Texans Fans Are Prudes, which he later denied having anything to do with it.
I heard GV Artwork makes that shirt.
Number 3. He spent a lot of time creating burner accounts and trolling Baker Bros.
love it.
Number 2. He found a Facebook group called Consensual Handies. Handies.
Are you a mutual with him on that one?
And I'm done. Yeah. And the number 1 way Deshaun Watson stayed out of trouble during his suspension, he retained local attorney Tim Misney, and now, regardless of his heinous actions, he's more untouchable than Trump, and he'll make them pay. I'm Roger First in Cuyahoga Falls, and I'm him.
Wow.
Whoa.
Nice job. All right, moving on. Jacoby Brissett, who will hand the quarterback reins back over to Deshaun Watson, said he was grateful for the opportunity, but he still has a job to do and that he's looking forward to next week. A good teammate. He's not a douche. No crazy allegations hanging over his head. His performance this season will certainly earn him a nice contract this offseason. Cleveland is the place quarterbacks go to die unless they're a backup, and then they go on to a long, healthy career.
The Cleveland Guardians have reportedly been one of the most active teams at this point in free agency and are rumored to be in the running to trade for catching Gold Glove winner Sean Murphy. That sound you just heard was Chuck's head exploding and his Pontiac Aztec slamming into a guardrail.
Wonder if that was one of AB's guardrails.
Don't text and drive, guys. Just don't do it.
Roger, close us out.
Yeah. Deshaun Watson didn't meet with reporters today, to the ear of many who think he's trying to avoid facing the media. Dawg Chug correspondents can't confirm It's not that Deshaun is afraid to answer the tough questions, but after performing his mandated 300 hours of sexual harassment training, he has an anxiety attack and passes out anytime a woman asks him a question. Even the softballs from Mary Kay.
Wow.
The NFL has improved on their suspensions and protocols lately. I'll say that.
Yeah, that is amazing. Well, excellent job, everyone. Here's the Dawg Chug update. Roger, that was just an amazing top 10. Well done.
It was amazing. When you guys wrote it, I thought it was just incredible. I had a hard time picking the 10 out of the 48 of them that you guys put in the production chat.
Thank you for not using like the 15 that would have gotten us canceled, by the way.
I put yeah.
Feel free to DM if you want to get the rated X version of that top 10 list.
Ooh.
Hey, for not consulting HR, we did a pretty good job weeding them out.
I want to give a shout out to Ross with the graphics were tremendous.
Yes.
We're upping our production.
Beautiful
We gotta
job.
show everyone what it's all about.
We look professional tonight. Like above and beyond any professional that we've looked in the past. We look really good so far.
All right. Now that we've really riled the audience up and had some fun, I'm afraid I have to like slow it back down. Got a little bit of an update to give. I'm a little nervous. Heather gave me the green light, though, that I should put this out there on the internet, let our audience know what's been going on. This has been going on for a few years. So I'm just going to tell the story. Sorry. Take a drink.
All right.
I'm in.
So back in like, I don't know, almost a decade ago, I went on this blind date before I met my beautiful wife. And she kind of seemed a little bit of a weirdo during the date. Like I wasn't expecting that we were going to see each other again. But she ends up inviting me to go to the Cincinnati Bengals game in Cincinnati the next day. Because she said she had a great time. And I really wanted to go. It was 2013 when the Browns were really, running with it. And I'm like, oh, God, I have to go to this. Not even thinking about like how awkward it's going to be sharing a hotel room with someone, spending a weekend with someone that I didn't really, vibe with. But yeah, my dumb ass goes on this weekend trip. There's a lot of alcohol consumed. Gentleman never tells. But needless to say, when we got home, I sort of like backed way off. Like, I'm just not feeling this and everything. And that's not really a good thing to do to a girl, right? So she just got obsessed with like saying that I'm this big phony and that I'm a terrible person. Many text messages were sent and I wasn't responding to them. I blocked her number. And then I started getting letters in the mail. She picked me up, so she knew where I lived, unfortunately. It's just a lot of this is a PSA of maybe what to avoid to our audience. Brandon, if you're out there, don't do what I did. She actually showed up at my house and left on my front door a book that she had written from like one of those internet sites. It's like telling our love story together. We went to a game and we had a shitty date. Anyway, eventually I moved and everything sort of calmed down. And then, I got married and somehow she found out about that. And she ended up showing up to my wife's work and it got really, really disruptive. She wrote a really, really bad word on my wife's car, like painted it. My wife almost lost her job because of the disruption. She almost wanted to call it quits with us because she felt like I didn't do a good enough job explaining, things. Thought I was keeping things secret, or maybe I was encouraging all this. Got through that though. Then we had Krista, and this is a little bit more recent. She actually got her brother to start dating my daughter's preschool teacher so that she could be, closer to our situation. Yeah.
What?
I shit you not. I got home, picked her stuff, and I'm going through her lunch, and there was a letter from her in the lunchbox. That was fucking crazy. Like, we called the police, they couldn't do anything. This whole thing is just, insane. To the point where Heather and I are literally having conversations. Do we just need to leave Ohio? Because like every night you go to bed, being terrified that like she's gonna somehow, deactivate her alarm or break into the house and do something to my family. Like it's been just a horrible thing. But I can now tell all this because it actually has a happy ending. She actually showed up to our new house, and she was gonna put a bunch of her hair in our mailbox, and then she saw that beautiful orange homage bag, and she said, "You know what? I had Andy all wrong. He's not a phony. He wears great ball shirts. This guy's amazing." And she actually tore down the murder shrine in her basement, and to say sorry, she gave me the Cincinnati game in Cincinnati next week. So we're super excited about that. Sherry.
Now that I'm not worried
Wow.
on investigation discovery. Oh, man. All right, you get a big fat 0 for that because that was epic. Did you see Ross's face the whole time? He was like, Ross knew he had his face
Wait
covered.
a second. No. I would say during the story, you had to have popped it in an acid.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, it gave me
You can't have a 0. You
We know
literally
why
had
he-
to take
no.
them.
That was extremely creative.
Well, now it makes sense why his homage ad beat mine.
I'm just always like Andy's background scares me because he always warns us like, "Oh, I used to be such an asshole back in the day, but I'm not that guy anymore." I'm like, who was
Right.
that guy?
Right, I pictured this actually happening. And I'm thinking, well, from what he said, this is plausible.
That was really good. Yeah, so
Hey, you should buy
man.
Hotters though. They have great stuff.
Yes.
They're running tons of sales right now because of Black Friday, Cyber Monday. They throw in some free T-shirts sometimes. So
Man, oh man.
If some woman's trying to kill you, she might cease doing
yeah,
it.
it totally brought her out of her psychotic rage back to reality.
You started out and
if you're contemplating a restraining order, it's a little cheaper
Right.
to just buy a homage shirt.
What shirt?
Homage.
Homage.
wow.
Oh, Andy,
It
that was awesome.
kind of reminded me. I met a girl once, and I only knew her for like a couple of days. She's like, "Hey, I got tickets to the Brown Steelers game. It was a Monday night game, and do you want to go?" I'm like, "I'm in." Well, she comes to my house. She shows up, and she's with her friend and her friend's boyfriend. She got a Palomalu jersey on. I went to the game, but that was the end of that. I wasn't going to date a Steeler fan, but I went to the game. But yeah, I'm like, I was buying. Oh, that's a shame. I'll be right out.
Oh, man. Andy, that was really good.
Yeah, Andy, you had me, man.
Yeah,
It's like
I think we all believed him.
it's like a story I used to tell. I'd get somebody going for 10 minutes and be like, the police were chasing me, and I'm trying to jump a fence, and they grabbed my leg and they started pulling my leg, and they're pulling my leg, and like I'm pulling your leg. That's the kind of story it was.
Wow. How have you not used that one on the show? No wonder we don't get ratings into the million. Well, anyway, thank you, Sherry.
Homage Cavs swag. Buy it now.
Yeah.
No
Wow.
caps.
What do I got on tonight? Oh, I got I got the Donovan Mitchell on. I love this one.
Nice.
Nice shirt.
Sherry, thank you for the 0.
That was freaking
Yeah,
good.
he's got 2 zeros. I got to get to
You
work.
are so high now.
I'm waking my kids up after the podcast. We're going in the backyard and filming something.
Better put on that trampoline real quick. With like glow sticks.
Yeah, you've got your work cut out for you, Roger. You're gonna have to beat my 0.
Yeah,
I can't beat that.
You
I had
can
this
beat
in my
that.
back pocket. I added this slide in
Yeah.
case we didn't have an ad.
Well,
This is my son wearing a homage beanie.
Wow.
Wow, look at
at
that.
Look at
It's not even sports themed. It's fantastic.
those cheeks.
Hey, look
I
in the
know.
background. You can see Chuck's Aztec hitting the guardrail.
Yeah, that was pretty sweet too.
Nice. All right. Did you attend Sunday's game?
I gave my tickets away to a gentleman who I don't know, but is a friend on Twitter. There's no way I would have made it. So
I saw the post and there was like 15 people immediately. Like, I'll take it.
Yeah, like nobody ever wants to buy them, but if you give them away,
Yeah,
If
when you
sell
give
for
them away,
$5,
they're
everyone
good.
says no. But if you give them away, hold up.
yeah, like my DMs, I had like, and I just do it. Whoever is the first gets it. You know, there's no.
I'm sure missing that game meant you missed the opportunity to get a beer thrown at your head. So.
Yeah, because that happens. Because
I'm sure it was fun on watching TV.
I sit where Ross sits in the blue collar, hardworking, not so fancy people section. Sometimes you lose control of holding on to your beer.
It happens. We held on to our beers though that night.
Yeah, that's great. So were you guys aware of the skunk while
Yes.
the game?
Twitter, yeah.
Because of Twitter?
Yep. It was. Can we stop with the whole? First of all, how does that even happen?
Well, there were
There's
sources.
entrances like there's underneath the.
What do you
fence.
mean? How can it happen?
I don't know. Like, how does it get that far to the stands? It's just
There's gates that have like
yeah.
underneath entrances.
Yeah, the
They're not
clearance.
very big.
Make a. They could
at other stadiums, or is it only the Browns?
I'm
Probably
sure
we
New
have-
York's got rats the size of our
our
critters.
What's
So
the thing they surrounded castles with? Moats.
the moat. Yeah, we need
Yeah,
one.
we need moats.
hey, I got some traps out in the backyard for a raccoon. As soon as I catch one, I'm going to go at a Browns game. I'm going to let him in and release him so we can have the hat trick.
Just put a vest, just put a
Marisupial hat trick.
just do a service animal vest for him.
Wow, Andy, that was. I still can't. I picture this lady on your front porch putting her hair in your mailbox, thinking totally plausible.
Every show on Investigation Discovery, you just summarize.
I started writing that 30 minutes before the show.
Okay, I found this
Whoa.
on the web for investigation.
Okay.
Sorry.
And yeah, I wanted to make sure I wasn't reading it because you guys would know I was fake if I was reading it, so I had to practice it a lot. But yeah, I pretty much everything outside of the preschool teacher was a situation that has actually happened to me.
Well, that's creepy. But
But it's like 7 different women. It was all I just put them all together. Anyway, Jerry, thank you. We'll probably bring you on when we get to the greatest football pool. If you want to hang out in the green room,
can do.
let us know if you want to answer a spit sip chug question and go Browns.
Nice new hat.
Thank you.
That's great.
See you,
All right.
Sharon.
Now let's bring on our feature guest. Now we had 2 guests tonight, but right now we might only have one. That's okay because this guest is fully capable of carrying the load. You guys have seen him before on the Dawg Chug. It is Kevin. Welcome back to the Dawg Chug.
Hey,
big
Salute!
Kev.
Hello, my friends.
Who is this imposter? You are not Kevin.
There he
Kevin's
is.
got a big beard.
Yeah, well, the team up north ruined my style, and before that, I bet against the Browns to there's no way to lose or they'll beat the Steelers. So that was the first time I shaved it, and I appeared on your guys' own King Edwards podcast, and Edward just thought it was normal, and didn't recognize it. But you guys obviously recognize it. I mean, it was down to here.
As soon as you come on, I said, when you came into the green room.
Third Dawg Chug appearance for you.
Yeah, back to the Dawg Chug. You guys joined Network 2 and 6 and got a little bit too big for my bridges, huh? I see how it is.
Hey,
I
I think
understand.
I think you've been on more since we've been on Network 216 than not.
No, I think this was
One.
pre-Network 2 and 6.
Oh wow.
Okay.
Really?
Are you still able, to get women without the beard? That it's all dried up.
Hey, when
I
you
look-
say, I was wondering though, when you say this, the team up north, you're an Akron grad, so is that Toledo we were talking about?
Right.
My dad attended the Ohio State University
Okay.
from 88 to 92, and he did a overseas internship in the Republic of Ireland, and from there he met me mom, and I was a whoopsie, so now I'm here. So yeah, but he's a Buckeye. My grandpa Roger went to Ohio State with
Solid name.
with Bobby Knight, Mr. Dick Furry, that's his real name, and that whole 1960 Ohio State basketball team. Oh, and
Wow.
Andy, you know that girl you were talking about? Tell her to stop stealing my moves.
Have you ever put hair in someone's mailbox because you wanted their affection?
No.
What'd you do with the beard when you shaved it up? Can you confirm that you put that in someone's mailbox?
No, I cannot. I was a rascal growing up, though. I have put other things in people's mailboxes, and
What have you put in people's mailbox? No.
Don't tell me Steelers stuff.
No. God, how is this? Because this is on YouTube. Bathroom toilet stuff.
Okay.
And I won't say the city, and then it wasn't me, but someone allegedly, after putting that alleged said thing in the mailbox, would set it on fire. And then those people would hide in the bushes and wait for the fire department to come. Bunch of rascals.
Wow.
Yeah, I made that up. I made that up just now, but I have a vivid memory of it.
All right. So
Man,
you
oh,
bet
man.
against the Browns with the Steelers game?
Yeah, I bet because I said I did it as a reverse psychology thing.
Can you go
See, it's how it turned out.
Can you bet that you'll shave your beard again if the
I
Ravens
said
win?
if the Browns win, I will shave my beard out of a celebration type of thing.
Oh,
Right.
okay.
Plus, I
How about
had
this?
like 20 to 30 beers throughout the day, and I was watching that game live, and then they had the Clippers and stuff. So that's pretty much
So it's got it done.
that's why that makes sense.
Alcohol and wagering don't mix.
Oh, don't listen to Roger. Do you think you could put up your hair? You'll shave your head if the Ravens lose to the Broncos this weekend, because we need some help.
Well, I put up my hair actually for the game Ohio State against Michigan, and that didn't work. So because I actually bet for them, or I bet what did I do? I bet against if Michigan.
You bet on Ohio State.
Yeah,
Well, you were really close if you think about it. Like they almost won that game.
I should have bet Michigan won. And then I could have bet Michigan win, then Ohio State wins, and Ohio State wins. I would have shaved my head. I did the exact opposite of what my.
I think we're still okay. If you're doing it as a reverse jinx, it works. If you're doing it because you think they're going to win, it doesn't.
I failed them. I know. I was sober when I made that bet. So
all right. So I think if you say the Broncos will Broncos will beat the Ravens, then it's a reverse jinx. It's going to happen, and you're going to.
Well, it has to be my team.
No.
It doesn't work that well. At least in my experience, it hasn't worked. The past 31 years, it's got to be a bet against myself for my team.
I love having you on, but you're so complicated. All these rules, jeez.
Oh yeah, I actually Saturday I threw out my Joey Bosa jersey and my Buckeyes pants, the socks, and the hat, and I put them in and I took them over to the basket thing for Goodwill. Because I wore them last year too, so I was in a heat of rage, and Roger didn't help that.
A heat of rage. You need a flag like this. Is what you need. One of these.
Let me ask you this:
Congrats, Roger.
Did you drink 3 Mad Elfs after the Ohio State Michigan game?
I pretty much after I dropped those off at the Goodwill box, I just turned everything off in my house and just laid in my bed in silence.
All right, you're taking it like Chuck would.
Yep.
We had 3 Mad Elves, and I don't remember ending the show. I don't remember anything that happened towards the end of that one.
Hey.
Oh no, but the serious answer, Andy, is that right after that game, I drove over to the Chase Brown backers, and we got in line for the Muni Lot backers at right around 8 p.m. I was messaging Roger.
Yeah.
And So I started at Ohio State. That was an 8 a.m. start for getting rid of the anxiety, and then that went through to the night. And Buckeyes lost, but the Zips won. They ended a huge. What was it? It was a 9-game losing streak, so that was great. But it's still, my heart was still broken. But overnight parking and then being the first ones in the Muni lot with the struggle bus, that day was great. And I saw pictures. I think Ross posted, or someone posted them. Who did you go with, Andy?
Me and
With
Ross.
Ross.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe it was Mac, but someone took a photo of themselves, and in the background I can see it's blurry, but I'm like, I'm right there.
Wow.
Like, it's literally within.
Could
Like,
have been
if they were,
Christian,
like,
maybe. I know he was
on-
wandering around Muni.
Yeah,
Where-
your
what's
guys' their picture was up against a concession stand or up against the wall. Picture Andy and Ross posted.
Yeah,
So-
I was on the opposite end zone when Chubb ran it in for the score,
Mm.
but I was a little bit to the right of that. Still dog pound area, but I was to the right. So you guys, I think, were on the left side of that stadium.
Correct. This is fascinating conversation. by the
You
way.
were opposite of Chubb's touchdown, right?
Hey, I want to tell you
Yeah.
something. The other night, Andy, with the Mad Elf, before the show today, I come down around 8:30, and my mug, I was blackout drunk by the time that show ended Saturday. Well, at the bottom of the glass was like a little bit, it hardened, and it was like a little piece of beer candy. It was like syrup, and I had to chisel it out of the damn glass.
All right.
Man, that's some,
My next chug is going to be Roger's beer candy.
like, this is a beer launcher.
Oh,
With a brown sugar rim.
That stuff that'll get you, man. Whew.
well, that sounds way less severe. When I sat down in the seat, there was just vomit all over it. It was disgusting.
You tried the Shiners? You ever, my 12 beers of Christmas, I'm on the Shiner.
No, I can't say that.
It's not bad. It's just,
All right.
it'll start to taste the same, to be honest with you, the Christmas ales.
What you got, Andy?
What do I got? Oh, tonight, Coors Light.
Okay.
Like,
Yeah. And it's barely cold because it was sitting in my garage. And I don't know.
I did start with a Mad Tree Thunder Snow.
Whoa.
It's a really good.
See, I got
Really
a
good style.
downshift like you guys do. Hey, Ross starts out with the premium, then he downshifts. I just keep going
I got
with the heavy stuff.
I got to feed tonight, and I got to be up at 8 a.m. to take Krista to preschool. So I'm taking it easy tonight. That's okay. What do you think of Ross's new basement?
Yeah.
Very impressive set. Are you you're living somewhere else now?
Oh,
Just
yeah.
moved.
I moved to the burbs.
Oh,
I'm
awesome.
Strongsville now.
George
Where's that?
Jefferson did.
Strongsville.
Strongsville. Okay. A little bit south of me. Yeah. I'm Bay Village. So
Yeah.
Strongsville's about
west side.
in between to Akron, I believe.
He found his mansion with somebody else. All right. We're going to go ahead and get right to Spit, Sip, Chug, because that's our favorite bit on the Dawg Chug. I'm going to read a statement. If you strongly agree, you're going to chug, explain why. If you strongly disagree, you're going to spit and explain why. And if you're Roger, you're going to sip.
Yep.
So here we go. Question number 1. Roger, we're going to start with you. We're going to
All right.
watch sip. Nick Chubb is averaging 94 yards a game this season, over 94 yards a game this season. But with Deshaun Watson, his yards over the final 6 games will top 94.5 yards.
I'm going to sip.
Yeah.
I think it depends on how long it takes Deshaun Watson to knock the rust off and get into, throwing the ball around the football field. So I'm going to sip on it. I think it all depends on how Watson plays and how much Chubb is continue to be used. At that, he'll always be used, but at that pace.
All right. Kevin.
I'm gonna sip on that also. You know what? I'll chug actually.
All right, you bipolar, beardless man, you.
Yeah, I think as soon as he's implemented, we even saw it a little bit, a shadow of it with Jacoby, who's not a scrambling quarterback. He went off and he had a 10-yard run and a 15-yard run in that back-to-back sequences before York decided to actually kick it to the right instead of 7 kicks to the left like he has in past games. But with the entire team, other than I believe it was Greedy, I think there was one. And Perry on Winfrey riding the scooter and bumping his head. I think with this healthy offensive line, I mean, if you look at past Watson teams, our wide receiver core, and with our running back, I think Chubb is going to exceed the amount of runs or rushing yards he's been able to do, just because the game plan is going to open up so much. Big factor in it, though, is if Njoku's going to be healthy or not. So I think it's going to be over the 94.
How about that Njoku catch?
Oh, you guys should. I wish I recorded things while I'm at games, but I never do. But literally everyone was just very quiet on that 4th and 10, and I went, Njoku! He caught it. Everyone was going nuts, flailing their arms. Oh, my God. Favorite player since 2017.
Fuck yeah. I think so. I think you're right. Ross.
Oh, I'm chugging on it. So what's crazy about Deshaun is the fact that, like, I remember this tidbit because of Down with the Browns. They were talking about this week. He ran a sub 4.40 in his fucking combine. So if you're thinking about, remember, but he's known as being like a decent, he's a very good passer. Could you imagine having a defense that has to worry about, like, oh, do we have to have a spy or like a safety locked on the quarterback or somebody locked on the quarterback, but they just hand the ball off to Chubb, who's like incredible at doing everything right all the time.
Right.
It's going to be so scary for these defenses. They can't just be like, oh, the Browns are running. You can't load the box. Loading the box won't happen when you have Deshaun.
No.
And then I don't think that's fair when you have Nick Chubb as well. He's going to be busting out these runs like he did his rookie year.
Yeah.
When everyone's like, we don't know, like when they didn't, like his rookie year, they didn't know he was going to get the ball that much. And when he did get the ball, he busted those huge runs out. I think it's going to happen again. I'm talking huge runs. Like he still gets those 15, 20-yard gains like you were talking about, Kevin, but he's going to get those big chunk plays, but they're going to be even bigger.
Yeah, he won't have to get rid of those first 2 or 3 tacklers because it's going to be 3rd and 10. You run a draw play. Oh my God, floodgates open.
Those draw plays.
We finally get them.
Or the fake draw where Deshaun just says, "Screw it, I'm rolling left and I'm running," or "I'm rolling left and I'm chucking it downfield to DPJ or Schwartz."
That's where my answer is at. I was watching at the game we were at. I mean, the defense is so honed in on stopping the run that if Jacoby was fast, I mean, there was so much real estate he could have just whatever. He could have had.
How many good runs did Jacoby have? It was insane.
He has
like 20 yards, like running like a tank.
He's had amazing runs, and those plays are there. And now the defense is going to have to make sure they're not there, because if they are, Watson's going to just, like you said, he's either going to have a 20-yard easy run or he'll have a wide open pass. It's so exciting. I think, I mean, Chubb, his yard per carry is going to go up phenomenally. I'm so excited for it. That's really what I'm looking forward to the most, I think, on Sunday. So I think it's going to go up. I'm chugging.
I got a question. You think Watson's going to be out there laying blocks like Jacoby Brissett, knocking safeties on their ass on a Nick Chubb run?
I hope not.
Because that was beautiful, man. I think it was Teller that went up to him and was like, fuck yeah, man.
Yeah,
pancake.
it was Teller.
Man, that was hard.
I hope not.
I hope Teller. I
don't
wasn't
want him getting
sure
hurt
what
because
either.
of a block. Let's be real.
Yeah.
All right. We're going to go save number 2. Kevin, we're going to start with you. The Baltimore Ravens have the best shot at winning the AFC North.
The Ravens?
Yeah.
Who are we starting off with?
You.
Oh. The Ravens, best shot at win. I don't know. Like you guys said earlier, I mean, Jackson's sending crazy. I'm going to have to spit on that. I really think it's the Bengals to lose right now. Just as a team, I mean, the Bengals right now have this, out of the past 10 matchups. They just can't. It seems like the Browns system is just perfectly set up to be able to defeat them. And but the Ravens, they have so many ups and downs, and it's not just like that. This solid like they did their 14-2 year when Jackson won the MVP. It's much different, and it's a matter of which running back's going to be reliable. Defenses have figured out that they're going to give the ball to Andrews. It's just a matter of how do you cover him. You can't have the linebacker. You have to have the safeties come up. But if you make Jackson be a pass-first quarterback and you're able to contain him, I think that's how you solve it. And honestly, when it comes to the Bengals, the offense can go either way with Mixon, Burrow throwing it down once that wide receiver gets healthy. So right now, I'm going to spit and say that it's the Bengals to lose.
All right. Ross.
Yeah.
Actually, this carpet I need to get replaced anyway in my new house, so I'm okay with spitting. If the Bengals are going to run away with it, they haven't been playing with Jamar Chase, and they're like looking incredible without him, and they're just going to get better. And this is exactly what they did last year. Their win streaks and winning more came in the end of the season. They're relatively balanced as a team, even though Joe Burrow just is Mr. Clutch right now. It's going to be them. And I'd much rather see the Bengals win than the Ravens. If I'm going to put a hierarchy on who I hate more, that's what I'm going with. But Bengals fans do suck. I'll say that. After being in Cincinnati for 7 years of my life,
They do suck. Well said, Ross.
I had to squeeze that in there, even though I praised them.
I'm going to, listen, I hate the Ravens fans the most, like you said, but how many games, like multi-touchdown fourth quarter games have they blown? Lamar Jackson's going crazy. He's not getting his contract, obviously. That team is ready to implode, in my opinion. So, I think you're probably right. The Bengals will probably win the North, but I'm still not counting out the Browns. So I'm spitting on the Ravens being able to win this one. I think they're gonna falter in the back nine of the season, just like they did last year. Roger.
I'm gonna sip on it,
Oh.
Ross. And you know what? It's
Can we get rid of Roger on this bit moving forward, please?
it's more will the Bengals fuck it up? But you know what really hinges on Ross? Do you have that clip number 3?
Oh, slide number 3?
Yeah, slide number 3. Do you have slide number 3? I think what it really hinges on
you want me to go
is
back
with
to
Tony
Yeah.
Busby and his lesbian videos is what it's really going to come down to.
Oh my God!
I'm sipping.
I was supposed to insert that line somewhere, and I completely forgot. I apologize.
Do you ever hear about that? Ways to look like you're paying attention at a meeting. Hey, go back to slide 5 for me, please.
Hey, how'd you guys get a photo of my sister?
It was either that was going to be my answer, or fuck the Ravens. One or the other is.
Roger, thank you for coming back to that. Okay. Let's go on to statement number 3. Ross, we're going to start with you. Deshaun Watson on Sunday against the Texans. Rust will play a major factor.
Rust?
Yes, he will be rusty, and that will play
We'll
a factor.
pay a major factor, as in like maybe a close game. Oh, God, I'm going to pull a Roger. I'm going to Roger on this one. Sip on it. I mean, he's going to be rusty, but like him being rusty won't play a major factor because the Texans suck and they want to tank. Because they're going to get, at this rate, they're going to have a top 10 pick, which is our pick. And they're going to have their top 2 pick. So, yeah, they have all incentive in the world to lose right now. And they just changed the starting quarterback.
Like what draft where we got their pick, their shitty pick, and we had our top pick, whatever. Very similar to that. Yeah, I agree with Ross. The Texans suck. Stefanski is going to integrate, I think, Watson successfully, and Nick Chubb is basically like a rusty quarterback's best friend. I think Deshaun Watson's going to do just fine. He's not going to blow the roof off or anything, but I think he's going to have a couple amazing plays, and he'll do enough that we're going to comfortably win this game, and no one's going to be talking about Russ. We'll just be excited about Cincinnati next week. But by the way, my psycho got me another ticket to this day. Props
Nice.
to you, thank you, Roger. Roger, right?
Yeah.
No, I'm spitting.
You're
Roger,
I'm gonna.
zip.
I'm spitting my sip because rusty Deshaun fucking Kaiser, the Browns should beat the Texans. I'm riding with Ross. We got Nick fucking Chubb. We shouldn't lose to the Houston Texans.
All right, Kevin.
Yeah, I am going to.
He spit. That's a good spit right there.
There you go.
Look at
Definitely going to have to
That's from
say,
the belly.
I mean, just hearing from Stefanski today, him being interviewed, and
Revenge game.
right before he said Njoku developed an injury from that knee. I keep bringing it up because I was trying to remember this point. But right now, according to reporters like Cameron Justice and everyone, they said they've never seen a team practice this hard for an upcoming game. I mean, defenders are flying all over the field, going full go against the offensive line to really test them and see so Deshaun can have all the looks of a imposing defense and what they're going to bring, what they're going to look. I mean, I think they're going to blow the door off these Texans. And yeah, I think you'll also see, I think you might see more Browns fans there than Texans fans.
Love it.
I mean, I really do. Historically, Ohio traveling to Texas when it comes, Ohio State. That's the first one I could think of. But I really think they're going to – it's going to be an absolute
You're right. We have a lot of Browns fans in Arizona and the West Coast, California. They will go. They will go.
The backers, Browns backers. I think it's going to be another level of absolute domination. And the only markets that are watching it, if you look at the map, is Houston, but not all the way to the south of Texas. They're not getting it. And then our little area of Cleveland on CBS. So I really think the NFL doesn't want to see the Browns
They want to
have a good win. Yeah. I think that's what it comes down to.
All right. Love it. All right, I get to start this one. Despite being a bad football team 2/3 of the way through the season, they should not count out the Browns winning out and finishing 10-7. I am just listen. From what I've seen this team be able to do when things are, I don't know, when they believe in themselves, they played so good against Cincinnati. They ended up playing so strong. I think this is such a confident team. You heard Njoku talk when he was asked about the rest of the season after the game. I think this is a confident team. I think they felt a little like they got shafted with losing the quarterback for 11 games. That's a hard thing to deal with. They've got him back. They just had this huge win, one of the most exciting wins at the end of the game. I think that just galvanized the team. I expect them to fucking roll. So I am saying I'm not counting them out. They're still they are going to just 1 week at a time kick ass, and they are going to finish 10-7. So I am chugging.
It's on me.
Yep.
I'm chugging with Andy.
He doesn't chug often, folks. When he does, take note.
If Eric Mangini could win 3 in a row on the backs of Lee Suggs,
Jesus.
I think with Deshaun Watson and with the schedule we have, the only team the Cincinnati Bengal game is the only one that really worries me. I think we know how to defend Lamar. I think we can beat Lamar Jackson, Baltimore Ravens. We got 3 division games. Cincinnati game's the only one that's iffy, but we own the Bengals, so I absolutely believe we can win out.
Love it. Kevin.
Yeah, guys, what you have to understand is we just beat Tom Brady, Tampa Bay, the only team out of his 160 or what was it, 460 starts, leading the final 2 minutes to give him a loss. We're not playing any games, okay? This isn't fun anymore. This is a takeover. We are the Rebel Alliance and the other 31 teams of the Empire. We got to go. I mean, we are going to absolutely kill and crush these teams, and every fan base is going to complain. Steelers fans are going to shut up about the court case and the allegation, but they're still going to bring it up, and we'll be laughing all the way to the playoffs. The only reason I didn't bring up the Browns for a division championship is because the last time they won it was 2 years before I was born. That's the only reason that I didn't bring them up for that division. And I really think this team playing together is I mean, the Browns in the games they lose is people. I mean, we don't have defensive tackles. That's obvious. We don't have defensive tackles. We have some linebackers down, but guess what? If we match them scoring, we're going to win. And guess what else? You're not going to need a kicker to make kicks if you're scoring touchdowns. I mean, we are not fucking around anymore. It is time to go. Fuck these other teams and all this. He's going to bring those girls to the game. It's like, oh, good. We'll see it in Houston and Cleveland, you half a TikTok. Why don't you shut up? God, makes it all about himself. And like Roger said, now he's going to have lesbians online. And I don't know how true that is. I'm kind of fired up right now.
Oh, no, it's absolutely true.
Yeah,
Oh, it is
keep
true.
going.
Yeah. So, fuck
We
that
don't
guy
report
and
bullshit on
fuck
the
the league. And
all
it's
real.
Cleveland's time. It's Cleveland against the world. And pardon my French, but let's do this. This is how we do it, baby.
All right, I'm chugging with you. Where's your,
Gotcha.
your big?
You got to chug after that rant.
There you go.
Oh, all right, Rob.
All right. I guess you guys are all going to slap me in the face virtually. I'm spitting.
Ooh.
Ooh.
All it
What,
takes
that
is
they're not going to win all their games left? Yeah, okay, I can see that.
they're not going to. They're going to lose. Like, even if they lose 2 games, they're out of the playoffs. Like,
No.
that's it. We're not winning out with this guy. Hey, guess what? The last time Deshaun played in the season, the Browns freaking beat him. And we doubted the Browns every week back then, but that was the year we made the playoffs too. No, it's not going to happen. I mean, and we know it's not going to happen because, like, if it wasn't for that damn Jets game, there's still a Cleveland curse.
Oh,
We're going to be in a bunch of these close games. One of them's going to screw us over, and we're not going to get this crazy win streak that we're all hoping for at the end of the day.
All right. Well, I'm just saying it right now. You are wrong, and if I'm putting it on the line,
Russ has got the Browns to lose.
if the Browns lose any of these games, because I'm so confident, I'm going to shave my beard.
If the Browns win out,
You have different facial hair every week.
if the Browns win out and
no, if
prove
the Browns
Russ-
win out, you'll shave your beard.
No, I'm not
You
doing
got to reverse it.
No, I'm not going to reverse. I'm so confident they're going to do it. I will actually. I've been growing this for 6 months, and I will shave it right off.
All right, if the Browns win out, I will shave my head
I'm holding you
to
to
a
that.
complete buzz cut, and I will use a big razor to have it completely bald. The Browns win out. And nothing to do with the playoffs. Now, I'm not saying all the way to the Super Bowl. If they win out, I will shave
Wow.
this head.
Live on
Okay.
the Dog Chug.
Do you understand?
Hey, I just put you on the guest list for the week after the final game of the season. Come bald.
And guess what else I'll put out there? If they win the division, I'll shave both my eyebrows. If they win the
Alright.
division, I will shave both my eyebrows.
Uh,
Tired of this. Come
okay,
on.
Gary just volunteered. She will actually come to your house and be the one to shave your head and your eyebrows. On the Dog Chug, of course.
She may not leave and hide in your bushes and put hair in your mailbox.
No.
But
That's not my style.
Love it. Sherry, I cannot wait to see you do this to this man. It's going to be epic.
Yeah, we can get it together. You don't have to come to my house, obviously, but you guys want to set up something for that last game after celebrate. I don't know what date that is, or we're looking too far ahead, but I mean, if you guys either want me to go somewhere and they cut it live while we're doing it, or just me in the background, or I'll just cut it while I'm sitting
All right.
here.
Regardless, the hair's getting cut off, the eyebrows are going. It's all going. When the Browns win out, so cannot wait for that to happen. Kevin, thank you for your sacrifice. Sherry, it's gonna be a lot of fun to watch you do this. Let's go.
I've never used clippers before.
Yeah, that's even better. And we're gonna make you chug 2 Mad Elves before you start doing it, so that your hands are a little shaky.
Yeah, I'll buy everything. It'll be all right. Just have them win out first, please, God.
They're gonna win out, obviously. How could they not? All right, we're gonna move on. Here, I'm gonna let you answer this question too for sticking along. We appreciate it. Roger, we're gonna start with you, so get ready to sip.
We had another one. I don't know.
I think everyone here is a fan, but sometimes Roger is not. So it's gonna see what you have to say. This will be Myles Garrett's most dominating season in his NFL career.
Oof. I don't know. He had a pretty good season. What year we went to the playoffs?
2020.
I don't know, man. And it's not that I don't like Myles Garrett. I think Myles Garrett's the best edge rusher in the NFL when Myles Garrett feels like rushing the quarterback. That's all I'm saying. The talent's there, and sometimes I just think Myles is like, I'm just going to hang out here with the tackle for a little bit. He played his ass off this last Sunday. I got to give him credit. I'm going to chug on this one.
Oh, nice. Okay, Kevin.
Well, he'll have to top his record. He already has the single season record for most sacks, set by Matthews, the actual Matthews Jr., Clay Matthews Jr. For whatever reason, did they always call? I always thought they called his son Clay Matthews Jr. for some reason. They never said like Clay Matthews the second or whatever it be, or the third or whatever. I don't know how that lineage. What's after Junior? The second?
No,
it could be one or the other.
Yeah, the third. But for him to top a record that was, I mean, you know what? I'll chug. I'll chug on it because you know what? We're not playing around anymore. You understand? It's not a game anymore. It's not football. This is war. Okay?
Yeah.
I think Garrett, with his chemistry, I think him and Deshaun have really bonded. Both right around from that same area. Really good friends in college. Garrett was drafted. I think they were both drafted in that same year, right? Or maybe Watson might have been a year after, but at the award ceremony, ceremonies,
we had two picks.
Watson and Garrett would be right next to each other, you know? And I really think that just having his presence on the team, that's going to force teams they're not going to be able to say, hey, we're going to do Stefanski style football, that power run against these Browns teams, because they just scored in 36 seconds. We can't do it anymore. We're down. We're going to be the team that has to pass it 37, 38 times. We're not going to be able to be the team that has their best rushing performance in 6 years, like the past, not Tampa, obviously, with the running back out, but the 5 games before that, guys just running it up the middle, and I don't even know who they are. The Browns fan, and another thing with that, now that they're having the pass, Garrett doesn't necessarily need to sit there and set that edge. He gets a direct line to the quarterback, like we saw against Tampa Bay, with they're running for, I think it was Fournette out, I believe so. So it's going to force other teams to have to pass more. Garrett's not going to have to sit there and try to make the run go outside of him, which has kind of been misconstrued as him being lazy. But if he just did a pass rush and he's in the backfield, that tackle and the left guard and center just go directly to our linebackers and the second level. And Garrett's been having to stay there. I think Garrett gets 3 more than his previous record.
Wow.
We're going to see it.
Roger, Kevin just said, fuck you, by the way. career. Sherry,
Yeah.
would you answer this? Is this going to be his most dominating season in the NFL? Not make that sound like a question.
I was gonna say no. Like I feel like he's still striving to get better.
I'm not saying in his entire like history of his career. I'm saying like to this point. Will this be
Yeah.
his best season? Yes.
Okay. I can see that. I'll sip like Roger.
There you go. Can't go wrong with the sip. Is this week 14?
And why are you sipping?
Why am I sipping?
Come back to you.
Come back to me.
Ross.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Oh.
Well, last year was the year where he had his. At this point in the season, he had a better season than this year. He was in the running for Defensive Player of the Year. No one's talking about it this year. He missed a game because of the car wreck stuff. And the fact is, I spat on the last thing about going 10-7, and if that doesn't happen, like Roger said, Miles will give up the second he knows we're not in the playoffs. If he's not chasing a record, he's going to try still, but I don't think we're going to see that same effort if we're not in the running or not in the hunt per se. So last year was an incredible season. He's not matching that quite yet. That's the only reason. He's still incredible this year. It's not going to be the best of his career,
tell me
though.
if I'm wrong. I think one of those ones was against that Bears team that we allowed like 30 yards total against.
yeah.
And I think he had 4.5 sacks in that. So it's going to be tough, but my adrenaline's just so high right now because I'm
Gotta keep the
sipping
hype.
on this. And so that's the only thing that I would point out that maybe I should have sipped. No, I'm all in. It's okay.
God, looking
Andy,
at
let's do it.
I cannot wait for that to get shaved on the Dawg Chug. It's gonna be amazing. Yeah, you're all wrong. Listen, statistically, this might not be his best season, but my God, this guy has been just. I don't know. Every play you can just see him wrecking havoc in the backfield and doing what he does. I think pretty much every year he like has some issue towards the end of the year. He gets injured, he gets suspended, he gets COVID.
Hits a
This
quarterback in the head with his own helmet.
Yeah, right. This year he actually had his issue early on when he got in his car accident, like week 3, week 4. I think he's going to finish really strong. I do think this Browns team is more galvanized than ever before. But here's the thing: whatever was going
Here's
on,
what I found.
Jeez, I gotta turn my Apple stuff off. Whatever was going on the last couple of years where it was a little disappointing, Baker seems to be not a guy that teammates like as much as we wanted to believe. You know, I mean, I hope that's fair to say. Sorry, Baker Bros. Point is, I do think like playing for Deshaun Watson is going to get an intensity from the defense that we haven't quite seen before because they feel like we have a chance. Let's go do this. Let's win this for our quarterback that we admire, we respect, we love. So yeah, I think he's going to finish strong, and I think even if statistically he's not meeting like his highs, I feel like we're just going to see him dominating for these last 6 games, like we've seen him the last couple games. So I am chugging. And that was Spit Sip Chug. And I have one more for you, Kevin. Obviously, since you're from Ireland, you are a fan. Can Team US beat the Netherlands on Saturday? And I didn't mean
Can they? Is this also?
They
This is
will
still a
beat the Netherlands.
spit sip chug, or is this
Yeah.
a?
This is just a
Okay.
you question. They will beat Netherlands. Is how I should have said that.
Oh God, this is live, right?
Yep.
So I'm gonna pretend like I'm somebody else right now, and then I'm gonna answer your question.
It is live, but nobody's watching. So don't worry.
That's
Right.
okay. Okay, so the U.S. going up against the Netherlands, also known as the Dutch, the Bloody Dutch, the Flying Dutchman. I really do not see them being able to advance in the round of 16. Louis van Gaal, the head coach, he coached at Manchester United. They won 3 trophies. He was able to bring in a lot of Netherlands players like Robin van Persie, who's about 37 now, so he won't be the problem on the team. But when it's the Netherlands, you got Memphis Depay on the wing, you got Schneiderlin in the back playing that center area, so it's really going to test our midfield players. They literally have. If you look at the league of the English Premier League, if you look at Liga A, across every great team, whether it's Barcelona, Real Madrid, France, St. Pierre, they are all Netherlands players. So it's going to be tough. I think the U.S. is still a striker away to be able to make this next move, and I think they were just very unlucky to end up having Netherlands. So I think the Dream Run season is going to end, unfortunately, due to Netherlands' attacking ability. I think the U.S. goalkeeper from Arsenal will have a great match, but when you get down to it, we have 2 defenders in the back that are MLS level quality players, and I think that will make the difference. So
Yeah, look at Roger not even pretending he doesn't care.
He took a full nap during that answer.
He's like, I'm American.
You started talking soccer, I dozed off.
Oh, and also being from Ireland, did you know that England national team, Harry Kane, Harry Maguire, Stephen Declan, the guy who came on and started flopping, and then 2 others, they were all born in the Republic of Ireland, but the crown has power overall. So
I think the one guy, Steven, was in Love Actually.
great reference.
Wow. All right. Well, so we poured a little water on U.S.'s ability to continue to advance, but hey, you never know what's going to happen. We'll have to tune in Saturday and find out. I'll be rooting for U.S. That was an amazing.
Me as well. I'll be cheering on the Yanks as a half a Yank myself.
Nice. That was a pretty impressive performance against England, right?
Well, Garrett Southgate played the same lineup as he did before because he's also half a TikTok, and he doesn't understand that. That's just not how international soccer games work. And then, but when he did sub in Marcus Rashford from Manchester United, I was a little worried. And then, of course, that Declan Rice, who played for Ireland at the age of 14 to age 20 before England took him away because they offered better. He flopped like 16 times, and every time he did it, there was a lot of anti Royal Crown / England / Northern Ireland tweets I had going out.
It's like the black and tans dragged him off the soccer camp.
I deleted all of them because they were if they investigated into it, they were pretty serious. Could see as threats. So
Wow.
Good thing you have the mask on.
Mhm.
And good thing nobody watches this stupid show. All right. We're going to go on to our final segment of the Dawg Chug, which is, of course, the greatest pool. The 5 of us right here, we're all going to pick a team against the spread. And essentially, if we're all right, which we have yet to do this season, but we have come close, we're going to have the ability to split up to $1,700. And I will say, my Clash of Clan League this past week, we did get 5 for 5. So we won like $380 or something. Like we all got like $68 a guy. It was awesome. We could do it again, and maybe this week there's not as many winners. We can win more. So we're all going to pick a team against the spread, and we have to nail all 5. Gary, I'm going to start with you.
Okay.
Pick a team against the spread.
Okay. I'm going to say the Dolphins are going to beat the 49ers.
Wow.
Man.
And Ross, if you can type it into the chat, just so I
Oh yeah.
will know who picked which. Because
Yeah.
oh, by the week, sorry I didn't mention this, but last week we went over 5 because we went Saturday, and we just didn't do the bit, so we didn't even put picks
Oh.
There's like, 16 played Thursday. So now the field is down to, we didn't have much to pick from.
in. Last week we literally I wasted $20 and we didn't even have a chance. So that's
Well,
why.
the Wolverines ruined the weekend, and ironically enough, my 10 other teams and college, national teams, Cavs, every other team on that Saturday and Sunday, every other team won. So that's cool. Other than Ohio State football.
I can't tell you how great my week has been watching Buckeye fans trying to navigate their way into the playoffs. I've enjoyed it.
That is a lot of fun. Kevin, pick a game against the spread.
College or NFL. You can do either one.
Not a lot of college left, but there are some.
All right, just give me 1 second here.
Sure.
Sorry, I put it in my notes, and I completely forgot. Shoot.
Do you want
That's
to?
I was going over to grab my paper. Okay.
Are you going Netherlands over US?
I honestly can't because you said I'm Kevin, and I'm doing a character right now as Kevin Mick, Kevin Mick Dutchman, Kevin McDutchman. That's what
Kevin
they refer to me as that. Yeah, this Kevin McAndrews isn't on here anymore. I really, you know what? I will take. God,
I can hear
it
it.
is tough.
I thought for sure you would take the Browns.
Well, aren't they 7-point favorites?
They're probably 7.5. They're 6.5 on this site. So if they win by a touchdown, you nail it.
Oh, okay. I thought you were saying pick a team that's the spread is against that aren't favorited. Who's going to get
you
the
do
upset?
whatever. You do either side.
Any team. Yeah, sorry.
Okay. Yeah, I'll take the Browns over Houston, and that's
Perfect.
that's easy enough.
Love it. Roger.
What's the point spread on the Jets? What Jets Bills, right?
Jets are 3.5-point favorites against the Vikings.
Oh, that's right. They're the Vikings. Man.
And it's in Minnesota.
And it's in Minnesota. I ain't touching that. I'm not touching that. For some reason, I'm pulling up. What are we in? Week 14, right? No.
At the Dawg Chug, we really do our homework to make this a seamless experience.
Well, no, I just had it on my phone and it went away.
I never
Now I
got a
can't
message
find
on
it.
this segment. It's been a while.
No,
This
yeah.
whole network 216.
one.
You
It's a
guys
new
have
one.
changed, man.
We
You guys have
threw it at
changed.
you.
Kevin McDutchman says you've changed.
They call
Go
us
to
sellouts.
somebody else. And I can't get it on my. I had it on my phone.
All right. Give me a team and I'll tell you what the spread is.
Oh, what about Roger? Select. See, now I'm thinking on all because Kevin is able to think and McDutchman can't. But Army versus Navy, who you got, Roger?
I would probably go Navy, but that's not the one I want to bet. We got money on the line here. Okay, I came back up. What's the spread on the Lions Jaguars game? That's the other one that I like.
It's like a point.
Yeah, it's a point.
It's actually a half point because
And where's it at?
it's in Detroit. Detroit is giving.
I'm gonna take the Lions and give the Jaguars the half point or the point.
Really? Oof. Okay. Well, guys, we tried.
Wait, giving who the points? Oh,
Detroit is giving a half point to the Jags. So
Dave,
it's the only time that will come into play.
To the
Yeah.
Jaguars. Yeah.
that's a winner.
All right. I'm going to respectfully disagree, but then again, I'm Sipper. Ross,
I'm taking Tampa Bay over New Orleans.
Wow.
Gator I'm doing this because I did a rant about how New Orleans is gonna suck in our the last preseason week we had.
Yeah.
And Gator was giving me crap saying, "Oh, New Orleans is good."
that guy
No.
is an idiot. He doesn't like-
Jameson Winston and Andy Dalton.
Yuck.
He's
That
definitely
is gross.
in Crow when the New Orleans Saints win by 10. That's fine. I'm going to take the I've already said that I think Baltimore Ravens are about to implode. So the Denver Broncos are getting 8.5 points. I'm taking that all day. I don't care how much they hate.
I've never bet on the Broncos.
Yeah, I'm not really betting on the Broncos. I'm just betting on that they don't lose by 9 or more. So Baltimore's gonna, they'll be up by 15.
I guess that's fair.
fourth quarter, and then
A lot of points in the NFL.
probably score a bunch. So I'm taking the Denver Broncos, and that is the greatest football ball. I'm going to submit this, and if all 5 of these are correct, we're going to win a piece of $1,700.
Wow.
I gotta buy new carpet, so I need that.
Yeah,
on,
man,
Roger.
me too.
Roger,
I want some of them umbrella lights like Ross has.
You
Oh my
guys, Roger's usually on here, right?
No,
I'm just checking when you guys are doing the spread thing. I was caught off guard, but Roger with the Jaguars and Lions, that's an interesting selection.
I like
just
chicken
wondering-
wings. Like,
I'm
pretty
big
much
on the
chicken wings
Lions
are
and
always the best.
Campbell. He's changed that football team around, that franchise. I'm a Lions fan.
Oh yeah, it's a Wolverine theme. Okay, that does make sense. Okay.
it's always a Wolverine thing. Either that or he's sipping.
Good things happening in Michigan.
Oh,
But the man can read a top fucking 10 list.
We got a beard. We got a W in the horseshoe. It was a good weekend.
yeah, but you still have a city that doesn't have drinkable water, so you have trees that are going through places where people used to park. There's trees that are grown through 3 layers of a parking complex. Ford's gone.
They got casinos.
He does not like the state of Michigan.
Border Canada. What else do we have here?
Legalized weed.
UP.
Yeah.
Explain that.
They got casinos and Bigfoot in the up.
They have a
Michigan
ton of
rules.
lakes, like way
The
too many lakes.
Pistons.
Who needs that many lakes? All right.
Even my mom stopped watching at this point.
We're gonna end on that amazing line. Roger, that's why we love you. Kevin, I cannot wait until your head gets shaved. Sherry, thank you so much for joining us. To my stalker, thank you for realizing I'm not a phony. And stop threatening my family, because that was really scary. Ross did an amazing job producing.
Beautiful job on the graphics, Ross.
And let's go Browns. We got to beat the Houston Texans. So
Let's
chug
go
them.
Browns.